Hi everybody, this is Peter Chittum. I'm a developer evangelist with Salesforce.com. I built an HTML5 application with AngularJS in Visual Force for our new mobile gallery launch, and I'm calling it Quick Leads. Quick Leads is an application that's built on the standard objects of campaign, campaign member, and leads. So as a little bit of an introduction, I thought I'd just take you into the lovely schema builder here and do a quick overview, just so you're familiar with how these work. Because of the use of campaign member and leads, this would mean that anybody wanting to use this application would need an org or would need users with full Salesforce licenses. So this would be a Salesforce only, a CRM type of app. Now, in my application, like I said, I'm taking advantage of the campaign object that you can see right here that I'm dragging onto the screen. And I'm using campaign in its campaign hierarchy fashion. So you can see that there is a self-join to campaign where you can have a parent campaign. In my instance, the parent campaign represents some event or seminar or conference or expo that your company is going to participate in. And the child campaigns represent specific offers that you might want to speak to the attendees of that event about. So that's the parent-child campaigns. And then we also have campaign member and lead. Now, contact is showing up here. I just wanted to mention contact because technically it's part of the campaign hierarchy. I'm not using contact, so I'm just going to make that go away for the time being. But certainly you could adapt the application to take advantage of the contact functionality. I am using campaign member as a lead attached to the parent campaign gets included in my text search and part of the application. So that's the important bit of data setup. You don't have to do data setup if you're collecting names on the day. You could simply just go get running with a parent and one child campaign, and then you can create leads on the fly. So that's the underlying data model, just to give some background here. If I come in here just to show you the data I'm going to be using to demo, I have a campaign here called Customer Company Tour Stockholm 2013. This is actually our next EMEA event that we're going to be participating for as part of developer evangelism. So come check us out there and check out our dev zone. And you can see here that I've set this as type seminar conference. This is the first filter I have in place. If you want your parent campaign to be an event in the Quick Leads app, then you have to make sure that it's type seminar conference. Now there's another criteria, and that is that the status must be set to in progress. So let me actually switch over to my iOS emulator here, and just to show here that I'm running this in iPad mode in landscape mode. And you can see here if I just simulate the home key that it takes me back to the iPad home, and then I can just go back to Safari there. So I'll go ahead and log into my org. This org is enabled for touch, and I actually really like how the touch user interface blends in well with a mobile HTML5 application. Now, my look and feel is going to be very, very different from the standard touch user interface, but that's okay. And now we wait, I guess, for this to sign on. See, and I thought this would lend additional authenticity to my demonstration to show the actual logon into the touch functionality here. And instead, it's just making my demo drag on and on and on. Isn't that just the way things go sometimes? So as soon as this comes up, who knows, maybe I'll just punt at some point, and there we go. I promise you that this is actually just the rubbish internet connection at my house, so you can blame Virgin Media for that if you like. It has nothing to do with the actual performance of the touch user interface. So here I am in my application, finally, looking at my looking at my Salesforce org. And if I go over here, you can see that I'm already in the Quick Leads app that has the same tabs active that were active in my standard user interface. And if I click on the Quick Leads tab here, you can see it's going to pop up a new browser tab with Quick Leads active. Now, I actually gave you an out button here in this application, so if you're running this in a normal browser, maybe you'll have like a standard laptop kiosk or something like that. This tab would take over your Salesforce user interface, but this little button here will get you back out to the home URL. Now you can see here I have a list of events, and as I mentioned, there's an additional criteria for my event to show up here. Currently, customer company tour Stockholm isn't showing up, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to change the status of my campaign. Don't believe I have inline editing turned on, so I have to suffer the full page refresh of standard user interface. Change that to in progress, and I'll save that. There we go. And if I switch back to my iPad emulator here and do a refresh by clicking on the cloud icon, that is the home icon there. Oh, I just saw something I need to update. Event Leads is my original name for my app, not Quick Leads. So I'll have to update that bit of user interface there. There we go. And my slow but hopefully reliable internet connection is coming back up. And sure enough, there's my customer company tour Stockholm 2013. You can see that I've already gone through and attached a bunch of leads to the parent campaign. The uploading of leads is a standard admin feature that you can do by just bringing in a CSV and attaching those as leads. You can also create some leads by doing a little bit of using some data management tool. The one downside of my app is that there is no automatic create lead from contact feature in Salesforce, and because I'm sticking you with working with leads, it might be a little bit of additional work on the side of the admin. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now, once I select my event, that becomes fairly sticky. In other words, we stay within that event, although clicking on the cloud takes us back out again to the event selector, and we're kind of in the standard flow for this particular app. There we go. So you can see my offers are a 10% voucher, the Dine with a Legend Meet Parker competition. Ostensibly, some developer signs up to go have dinner with Parker Harris. I think that'd be fun. And then request CFL follow-up. So maybe we want somebody from our customer success team to follow up with this person. And so clicking on one of these here simply says that I've spoken to somebody at my booth, and they're interested in this particular offer. So I click on the offer first, and the next step in the flow is to then go and find a contact. So in here, I can go and search for a contact. So let's look for this. This is using Saucel. One thing I need to add is a little bit of user interface, a clue that tells the person that they must have at least 2 characters for Saucel to function. So that's one little minor UI addition I need to make. You can see here are some results here that come back that match my search criteria. And perhaps I don't actually see that person there, so I can go and create that contact instead. Now I'm saying create a contact, as I mentioned earlier, I'm actually only dealing with leads. Part of the reason for this is I didn't want to have to do an account lookup to then try and link this person back to an account. I was trying to give the person entering this as little work as possible. So we'll say first name here, Gerald. Last name is P. Smith. There we go. And title we'll say is entrepreneur. Company name. And now, you might be asking yourself, you built a mobile app, Peter. Why can't you just scan this using a code? In fact, I could, but I did build this as a pure HTML5 app. There's no Cordova or PhoneGap uh, uh, hybrid with this particular app. So as of now, it is sort of fat fingering entering that in. Now, it's interesting. There's a little CSS flub there going on. I'll go ahead and put that new contact record in by clicking on the checkbox, and off it goes. So there's my 10% voucher message there, and I'll go ahead and say yes, I'm very interested in that. And at that point, it takes me back to, asks me if I want to view more offers. Now, the reason for this is because the lead that I just created is also sticky in this flow. So if I say, yes, this contact is interested in more offers, then I click on the checkbox, and it's going to go take me back to the offers, and let's say they want to sign up for the Meet Parker contest here. You can see that what's going to happen is going to take me right to the actual offer presentation screen. So until I get out of this flow somehow, so I'll say yes, definitely want to sign up for that. Do I want to view more offers for this contact? I'll say no. And then at this point in time, it's going to then take me back through where if I select that offer again, I either have to create a contact or select one using my search. And there we go. So there is the Quick Leads HTML5 mobile application in Visualforce running Angular JS as its front-end user interface. Hope you enjoy it. I've had a lot of fun building it, learned a lot about Angular, and it's a great opportunity, I think, if you pick up any of these open source applications to start to learn and play with some of the toolkits that we've built around some of these JavaScript libraries, JavaScript frameworks. So go fork my repo and or one of the other ones and start playing and have fun with your Salesforce Force.com mobile application.